Alrighty folks, did want to take some time here this evening to go ahead and cast the closest game of StarCraft that I have ever played. Got my opponent here, Obese Elephant. Fantastic. I'll go ahead and fast forward the first parts here. Things take a while to get exciting. The thing that's really interesting about how close this game is that he and I really had kind of different strategies. He went for air build, and I went ground. I like to go ground just because I feel like it's more diverse. Combination of sentries, immortals, and stalkers is pretty deadly. Just coming in here to check out my base. So I went with two gateways here. Came over to try to harass me. I don't think I killed that probe, but he does manage to get it out. Now, he does block off with a cybernetics core here, and that's typically what you want to do with an air build. You get a few zealots in case they send, you know, an early rush over, and other than that, you pretty much go straight for the Stargate, and I believe it appears over here somewhere. Just a moment. Let's look at the unit count. So yeah, I've got pretty even here, as you can see. Units almost coming at exactly the same rate. And at this point, he drops a Stargate, and I am getting down my Twilight Council. Went ahead and hit a Dark Shrine back here in the hopes that I could get some DTs. It's not my typical strategy, but all these games almost depend more on being unpredictable than they do on the speed by which you produce units. So he comes up here with his little Phoenix. Managed to chase him away. Production is still going good. I decided to go ahead and try to load up some dark temps. Slow things down here. Things will get a little bit interesting. So I've got the Dark Templar in there who are cloaked. I think with his Phoenix he did at this point see that I had Dark Templars incoming, so he went ahead and started throwing down some photon cannons, but he did not act soon enough, and as you can see, I take out pretty much all of his resources here. At this point I get pretty cocky. I think I pretty much have the game well in hand, but he does a very wise move and immediately counterattacks me. Well, I shouldn't say immediately, but in a little bit here. He does have quite a large, sizable little air force here, but I did manage to take out the Nexus, and at this point I'm just like, oh yeah, this game is over. This guy doesn't know what's going on. I've got a sizable force here, and basically just decide to take it and finish the game off. Computer's having some trouble here, but let's go ahead and fast forward things a little bit. I think once I get my next Immortal, I go ahead and go for the kill on his base. There's my second Immortal. And we are rocking and rolling. Now he comes in, starts to take me out up here. I send in my guys, and they get destroyed pretty quick. And I realize that I can't take him out, so I basically go after his base. And I realize at this point that it's going to be an insanely close game. So I'm heading to his base. Meanwhile, I've got some guys camped back here still. I went ahead and warped them in using this warp prism. And this is where things get crazy. We just, it's a race, and we basically just start taking out each other's bases. I'm down here, and he is up here, just laying waste. And this is where we both start to get creative. He's taking out most of my stuff here, and I send a probe to just start desperately making as many freaking pylons as I can. So I make one here, one here, one here. Meanwhile, he's doing the same thing. He's got one over in here. Now keep in mind, now that our bases are destroyed, we, all of the remaining buildings are revealed to each other, and neither of us really have any money to get an actual base going. I blew up his last thing, and I can see that he's systematically going through, destroying my pylons. And I'm getting very disheartened, and I'm realizing that I've vastly underestimated him. And I believe I say GG in a second here, because I think that I'm dead. GG. But then I realize that he missed one too. He missed one of my pylons. And he doesn't even realize it. Oh god. Yeah, that was brutal. But yeah, that was definitely a fun one. Thanks for watching.